start a new drawing file using our template and add the drawing information for this view scale 1:1 for this one, and add the project number 12.2 and add your name. And what we're going to do, we are going to create a detailed drawing of this part. So we start with the base. And the base usually comes in as XY, parallel to XY, and then accept this as a front view, and then bring it to the proper location for the front view. And then project. Also, we need side view, but we don't need the side view, just orthographic, regular standard view. We need a sectional view. So we create a section and make sure that you track the center of the hole to be placed for cutting plane line go through. So just track that point, as you notice, then the point somewhere outside, about 1/4 inch past the object line, and right click and continue to get this section view. And we notice that section view is a little bit smaller value. To add all the dimensions is sometimes difficult, so we add another detail, enlarge detail view. So that's very common practice, creating the detailed drawings. So let's go to first create the auxiliary view, pointing to the inclined face in this case to get the true shape and size. So in scale, we keep it 1:1, and then select that edge that is inclined edge, because you're going to look perpendicular to that face. You're going to look perpendicular to that face, as you see is aligned with that face, and then accept that. Now notice that those views are running to each other because it's aligned, we cannot move. So at this time, we will break the alignment. Normally, we want to keep the alignment if we have space available, but if not, we can break. So Inventor does add another things for you when you break the alignment, because that's the typical, we know where it's coming from. If otherwise, if it was not aligned, then we need to know where it's projected from. So that's what we call view in plane line, BB, represents that. You know, we have cutting plane line AA, next one is BB, which is what we call view in plane line. By placing that in the proper location, so just move it, adjust them as you need. In this case, it's too long. You may want a little bit shorter, and adjust it by just a little bit modification, and that looks better now. And also those text, we will change the text height. But large, so it takes more space. So now, once we have that, now this view is too small. We're going to create detail. So click on the detail, and then assign 3:1, 3 times larger. Default is 2:1. Comes in, and you change them to 3:1, and then make sure that you pick that portion. What it does, it looks kind of magnifies that portion, so allows us to clearly add dimension to some area that is hard to see, and that's a good practice. Okay, let's do that, and then place him. And as you notice, you can always come back and modify that detail the way you want to see which portion of that. It's a partial view of that section. As you see, you can move that arc, and you get different portion of that as you adjust. So in this case, I'm going to just make it similar what you see here, but move farther. And the top line, you want to make sure it's straight line, and there's a break line automatically created, showing basically that's partial. And we can move the view in plane line a little bit farther so they don't cross each other. So now that looks pretty good there. And now we have done all the views that we need in this case. Maybe we want to add another projected view for create the isometric, but notice that this is not the proper because it has been cut. That's why it's not giving you the full. So how we will do that, go to base, and then under the base, rather than accepting that, change it to home view. As you notice, the home view gives you the isometric view. And then, of course, you can change the shading for this view only. Make sure that orthographic views and details are not shaded. Only the isometric, that would be option to shade. Okay, that is completed. Now we need to modify those texts that are a little bit too large. Other than that, this is ready to add dimensions. So let's just do that. Double click and highlight entire text and change the text size to 0.125 from 0.18, which is a little bit large. And if it was a larger paper, that would have been fine, but the small sheet that we're using, A-size paper, that's a little bit long text and takes too much space there. So you can do that for individual, each one, and then highlight and change the size. And you have completed the detailed layout. And the next step is to add dimensions. Check your assignment sheet and your textbook, and then add necessary dimension as shows on the assignment sheet. That completes our drawing.